Let's see if that worked. Brian, what's your computer showing you?
Nothing yet, but we're probably on a little bit of a delay.
Well, my screen is doing something. I'm waiting for an ad to play. I don't know what that's all about. Keep an eye on yours. I'm going to grab this link over here so I can drop that into the chat throughout this. Let me know when you see us.
We're good.
Oh, so we're live.
We are live.
Have we ever done a live podcast before?
We have not. That's why we're over here learning.
So bear with us because we haven't done this before. Anyway, listen, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is the Two Wheeled Rider podcast sponsored by JT Motorsports. First time that we've ever done one live. So a little bit different than what. Oh, I'm your co-host, Mario, or I'm your host, Mario Orsini, joined by my co-host,
Brian Boyer.
You'd think we'd be a little bit better at this considering this is the fourth podcast we've done today.
Four. Yeah,
we've had a lot of good guests on. So stay tuned to your favorite podcast platform to see those. The cool thing about this is probably the first podcast we've can you hear you after? Oh, okay. Yeah, they can hear us. Great. There's a Gixxer 1300X that's on there. He's messaged me. I think he's going to do carpal tunnel surgery coming up. He wasn't sure if he'd come on this ride. Anyway, don't want to get sidetracked. Listen, the purpose of this podcast for the first, we got about 18 minutes. We're going to talk about the ride itself. Check the chat. I'm going to drop a link in there in a little bit. That link will go live at 4:20. Not for any specific reason. We were actually going to do it at 4:30 and we decided to move the time up a little bit. Once that link goes live, you'll be able to sign up to come on the Wild and Wonderful Weekend Ride. That's what we're going to give, some folks a little bit of insight about. If you do sign up for it, he's already had the surgery and still sore. Well, hopefully you heal up quickly. Hey, Ron Boyer, if you still have my cell phone number, text me your number. I was looking in my phone earlier. I'm sure I can dig it out of my email or whatever. Text me your number. I'd love to call you here if you're going to be available. Don't put it in the chat because I don't want to know what happens if you do that. So anyway, Wild and Wonderful Weekend event. That's something we put on for the last, this will be the third year, the fourth ride. We did it twice the first year. Timing reasons, I can only get it done once last year. This year, due to the pandemic, we're lucky to get one in. I'm very fortunate to do that. But it's a really fun event. It's 2 nights, 3 days. I say 2 nights, kind of 2 nights, actually 3 nights. I don't put you up, but I've got a hotel booked, or at least a block of rooms booked in Winchester, Virginia, which is about 5-10 minutes from my house. Everybody comes here to my house on a Thursday night, which I got to open up my calendar to remember the exact day of that. I think it is, that's kind of important. September 24th, that Thursday night, 6 p.m. Everybody meets over at my house. I usually get it catered by Mission Barbecue. We have a hell of a spread here. You're going to get plenty to eat. We'll have beer. If you guys need a ride back due to weather or, you have too many beers, I'll get you a ride back in my pickup to get you back to the hotel. In addition to that, the next morning we get up. I meet you guys up at the hotel. Brian usually crashes here. Pete crashes here. A few of the guys will crash here. And we'll meet you guys at the hotel. Right next door is a Denny's. We'll pick up breakfast the next morning. And then, dude, we hit up some of the best roads in the country the rest of the day for a little over 200 miles.
And there are some amazing roads.
Yeah, so you came with us in 2018. And I don't want to fully commit to everything we're going to hit up because I don't make it up on the fly. I'll have it planned out ahead of time. If you guys want the GPS route, I'll be more than happy to send it to folks. But I'm still deciding. There's always new things I see in West Virginia. I'm like, that'd be cool. And I mix it up selfishly for myself and some of the folks that come along on each ride. And then also just new things to see. And you were asking me earlier about Blackwater Falls. Blackwater Falls is awesome. There's a lesser known Davis Falls, which is 5 minutes up the road, which is pretty cool too. We might go see that. So, Seneca Rocks is just one of those things you're always going to go through because Pete comes with me on the ride. He forces us to stop at Gateway Family Restaurant because they have the homemade pie. The first time we went on the trip, I told everybody, the pie is awesome. We had 12 people or whatever. Everyone got pie. Yeah. And everyone walked out.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. So I'm just going through the chat here real quick. Bronco Rides On. Thank you for tuning in. We were just on, we weren't on his podcast. They don't have a podcast, but they have at 6 p.m. Every Sunday, they do a fireside chat. It's on his channel this weekend. but we had those guys on our podcast, him, Bodine 52 and Harley Day Rider. Yes, we actually had 3 Harley riders on the podcast. So check that out when that goes up. So Jeffrey, I see you just tuned in at 4:20, and I'm going to go ahead and drop the link into the chat right now. This will not go live until 4:20 p.m. At 4:20, that link goes live. First, I know initially I said in the video, first 6 people to sign up. And what I say by people, I mean bikes. If you're bringing your wife, significant other, passenger, I'm not judging. Like, put on the back, whoever you want to put on the back. That doesn't count. It's just that number of bikes. We try to limit it just to keep it a little bit more manageable. Luke Harding just tuned in under your wife's.
Hi, Dad.
So anyway, that link will go live as we get people to sign up. It will auto cut off the amount of signups. I think 1 year allowed an extra one because I think they both hit sign up at the same time. But once it's closed, it's closed. Now I will say this, and I think it will send you to a page that says, if you didn't get in, email me, and definitely do that, because we've had some guys that have not gotten into it, but got on the wait list, and it's first come, first serve. So if you click on it at like 4:25 and it's full, shoot me an email. You'll be first in line. We have had some guys attend it by then. Hi, Luke. And Colin was just as shocked as we were to have Harley riders.
Yeah.
No, those guys are good guys.
They were great guys. Yeah, that was a lot of fun on that podcast.
So Brian, you went on the ride 2 years ago, and I know you shared this on some other platforms, but kind of what was your experience? What can people expect, and hopefully not snow?
Yeah, so I think that was the biggest thing. Is obviously I'd be back. The roads were absolutely amazing, but I think the truest testament to how great the ride was my wife was on the back with me. It was our first overnight trip. She was pregnant, and the first day it snowed.
The second time or third time?
Yeah, second time.
Second time she was pregnant
with Case.
Okay, all right. Yep. I'm just trying to keep track.
So yeah, so she was on the back, and you know what? She said she's coming back this year. So I think that really goes to show what a great fun event it is. The roads were just amazing. You're not stuck on the highway. Mario really does pick out some of the best roads, if not the best roads I've ever been on in my life. And it was the perfect balance of a lot of great ride time, but then stopping at some really great scenic places that I've never been, and truly breathtaking. So really enjoyed the overall trip. And then the other aspect of it was just the great people that you meet. Sometimes it's kind of funny because you're like, oh, I'm going on a ride with some people from the internet. But it ended up being, I went on a ride with new friends. That's, what it ended up to being, and just great people, great chats, great time hanging out over lunch and dinner. And truly did come away with new friends.
Yeah, and that's been kind of the fun part is literally anybody can sign up, and I'm always kind of worried, like, oh, what bourbon? It's actually not bourbon. We're drinking Tennessee whiskey. We've got there's a reason for that. We're saving the bourbon for when Rusty gets over, because we only got a little bit of it. Bob Clayton, super nice guy, sent us a very small bottle, so we got to save it. But we've got a Gentleman Jack right now, so. Anybody can sign up. Fortunately, we haven't had one person show up on a trip yet where I'm like, oh God, why did this person? No, they've all been great. And I've stayed, for the most part, I've stayed in contact with almost everyone since then. And what's really cool is a lot of those people have stayed in contact with each other too. I mean, I just mentioned Rusty and Bob. Like, Bob sent us a bottle of bourbon in the mail. Bob allegedly sent us a bottle of bourbon in the mail. I don't know if you're allowed to mail bourbon. We'll just leave that there. But they just went on a cross-country trip together. They met on that ride. And anybody coming on this ride is going to meet Rusty, because Rusty's become one of those guys that just, if I'm doing something, he just comes along. Like, yeah. He lives a few minutes up the road. We met through this channel. And, I mean, dude's got some awesome stories. Which
he's a great storyteller.
Which he'll probably tell you in person, but we can't do all of them on the podcast, probably for legal reasons. Not that he's done anything illegal, but in the line of work he works in, which I'm sure he'll explain, like, I'm sure there's some implications there, but we ride right around 200 miles a day. It's nothing. I mean, you think about it, 3.5, 4 hours on the bike a day. Like, it's, for me, it's pretty tame. And we don't go more than about an hour in between stops. And they're not like we were talking about on the podcast with my sister earlier. They're not like 5-minute stops. They're 20, 30-minute stops. You get to go check things
but
out.
it's good balance. It's not like, at the end of the day, I felt like I got enough riding in, but I wasn't over the top with riding. So I think it's because of the type of roads that we ride. One, they're a lot of fun. They wear you down a little bit, but nothing over the top.
Yeah. And one of the questions I got, and I actually got this from you and I got it from a couple other people. So I do block off rooms for the hotels, but lips are chapped. You're not required to stay at those hotels. Like if you find, if you're a Marriott person or you're a Hilton person and you can get a better deal next door, or you want to spend those points, totally fine with that. Just keep the idea of proximity in. Like last thing you want to do is come on like some group ride like this and not hang out with the group the rest of the day.
I do say that was one of the benefits. I obviously booked with the block of rooms, but I noticed one spot that we stopped, there was a Marriott right next door. So if it's right next door, I suggest, go ahead and do it. But if it's ways down the road, I do think one of the fun aspects of it was just kind of hanging out and having dinner together as a group. I think that, is important and a fun part of the ride.
So Ron Boyer just texted me, no relation. At least that I'm aware of. You guys can talk that out. Do you want to patch him in here real quick? Get his experience. All right, that'd be cool. Let's see how this works here. We've tested this before. We've never. Now we're doing it live.
Yeah, you all are seeing us. Hey
guys,
what's up, Ron?
Not much.
Hey,
it's so out here in Florida.
Florida.
Yeah. How's the weather down there?
Hot, freaking hot.
Yeah.
So, Ron, two things. One, obviously, we want to talk about your experience on the Wild and Wonderful weekend trip. But before we get into that, I know you were doing some serious miles with your dad out to the Sturgis Black Hills area about the same time I was traveling before I had that unfortunate fuel pump incident. So, fill us in. How was that trip?
Oh, man, it was awesome. We were on a time crunch. And we had, 2,200 miles to go. So we had to put in some long days.
Yeah, I'd say.
We did 2 800-mile days back to back. And we didn't run interstates. So thus, we spent 15 hours in the saddle one day, 18 hours in the saddle the second day.
18 did you guys happen to get
18 hours?
Did you guys happen to get an iron butt ride in there? Like you had to be close.
800 miles, he said. Yeah, 200 more. He might as well have just gone for it.
Well, we wanted to, but it was just not. No, we did not.
Okay.
But we ran, like I say, mainly. Of course, getting out of Florida, you're screwed. You got to ride through the suck. So you got to ride interstate. So we ran up to Tifton, Georgia, and got off in Tifton, and on the first day, and from there I think it was Highway 82 that shoots across through Alabama, and
yep.
So yeah, and we did. From there, we didn't get back on the interstate until the second day, but we tried to stay off the interstate as much as possible. The reason we ran so long the second day was we went up through the Ozark National Forest and got into road construction.
Oh,
yeah, that's never fun.
Freshly tarred, chipped, road. We ran about 30 miles on that. And, I'm on a Harley, so it's 25.
Sorry to hear
30 mile an hour tops.
Listen, I had Ron doing some off-road on that Harley. He turned it into an adventure bike on that last ride we did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. And that slowed us down, obviously. Tremendous. So we ended up doing quite a few more miles the second day on the interstate just because of the hotel was reserved in Hays, Kansas. So we got on, and I think we didn't get on the interstate till Wichita. And then we ran up 35 and then 70 to Hays.
All right. So overall, really good trip?
Oh, yeah, we had a blast. No, we ran into rain for 15 minutes going up and maybe 15 minutes coming back.
Wow.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah, that's like hitting the lottery.
Made it to Sturgis. I have a cousin that lives in Rapid, and my brother lives in downtown Sturgis. So we stayed with my cousin.
Now, Ron, did you guys hit it up during the actual rally, or did you come in a little after?
We got to Rapid City on Friday. We went to Sturgis Saturday.
Okay, so it was still going on then.
It was still going on. There were still quite a few bikes even on Sunday when we run through Custer Park. So the protest thing, we left about 2 hours before that actually started, so we missed that part of it. But,
That's a shame.
it was yeah, I guess. But we had a blast going up, coming back. Ran a little different route. When it's time to come home, I get blinders on and
yep.
And the horse heads to the barn. So, but we still didn't jump on interstate actually till we got to Mobile. And then
crap, that's not far from there then.
Yeah, I-10 75, home. So
Ron, share a little bit of your experience about the Wild and Wonderful Weekend trip. Kind of some of the highlights for you, what you enjoyed.
Oh my gosh, the best thing was just meeting everybody. The people that go are just totally awesome. Especially when you're meeting people that you don't know, and so that was awesome. The route was fantastic. Being in Florida, don't get to ride on roads like that. So that every day was oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So as far as the days go, it was easy. You didn't feel exhausted at the end of the day because you guys, like you said earlier, you stopped quite a bit. But just the roads and the speed in which we ride them is not over the top, but for what I do, it was perfect.
We like to say we like to keep it a little sporty. That's it. It's not a race. We're all going to get there in one piece, including you, Ron. Even though, we listen, probably for insurance purposes and a lot of reasons, because he was running a bike cam. Ron went a little. So we went off road on purpose at one point, and then Ron just decided I really like this off road thing, and I'll just blow through this corner. But everything was fine. Fortunately, Ron's fine, and his bike ended up being fine, and we finished the ride that day, and we had a lot of good fun the rest of that day. But
even that part was great. I have no regrets. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but. It was fun. All in all, I wish I could do it again. It was great.
Well, listen, man, we'd love to have you back. We've been talking about doing an invite-only ride for folks that have been on it before, and possibly even extend it out an extra day, which would allow us to get in some other parts of the state that we can't typically reach on a 3-day ride. So you're definitely. I mean, when I say invite-only, it's not just you've been before and you get invited. Like, the list is a little bit shorter, but definitely love to have you back, especially when I have some additional Boyers coming along. I think on this trip, I got like 5 coming along. Oh, wow. You guys will have to figure out your family tree to figure out, if you guys are all related. Well, I'm sure you are in some way.
Well, who knows? Maybe one time we'll just have a Boyer only ride.
I mean,
hey, there we go.
You could do that.
So. I love it. I'm in, man. I'm just let me know. And if I could make it up this time, I would, but I just can't, it's not.
I feel you. There's only so much vacation time places of employment allow you to have off. So,
I'm self-employed. So if I called it and said I could go, but
yeah, but the boss is going to give you a bunch of crap when you get back, which unfortunately is you, and that's tough to answer to.
Exactly. When you're self-employed, when you're not working, there's no money coming in. So you still have to watch what you're doing.
Well, hey man, I appreciate touching base with you. I'm gonna patch Craig in here in a few moments. But thank you so much for calling. I'm gonna program your number in. I know I have it somewhere, but I'm gonna make sure that's in my phone. Text me. You're ever up in the area, and I'll let you know when I'm down in your neck of the woods.
Hey, that'd be awesome, man. Love to meet up with you. When I get back up there, which I will. I got family in Western Pennsylvania. I will definitely swing through.
All right. Well, safe riding, and hopefully I'll talk to you here pretty soon.
All righty. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thanks.
Right.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.
Oh, I did not mean to hang up on him. So if I'm not mistaken, the link should be live right now. So I'm just going to monitor my email here for for people coming in. I'm going to call in. I don't think you met Craig. I think Craig came on the first ride. We're going to give him a call. Craig. Oh, hey, Craig, can you, I hate doing this. Craig, if you're still listening, can you text me your number? I have your email addresses programmed in here. I can FaceTime you, but actually, you know what? Let's just try that. We'll see how FaceTime works. I have his email addresses. There he is. So,
hey, Mario.
Sorry you don't have the greatest view. You're just staring at a microphone right now. But so Craig came on one of the rides. I met up with Craig in Florida. Was it earlier this year? Late last year?
Late last year.
Yeah.
Was Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah, around that time frame. So this is one of the cool things about this event. Like, this isn't like you come on a ride one time and I mean, I might forget to program your number in my phone, but in any event, like these are ongoing relationships. We actually do have a Facebook group where we stay in contact with people, you know, and we've seen it where people are going on rides together that met each other, you know, on a previous event. So, Craig, you want to share a little bit of your experience? Aside from giving great. Like free rides around on your BMW 1600.
Yeah. Kristen, had the pleasure of meeting Kristen also, and she really wanted to ride in the back of my K1600, so that was more than willing. But I had never ridden around West Virginia, so you know, the roads were spectacular as I thought they would be. Mario, you did a great job with the route. I mean, every place that we went to was new for me. So it was great. The roads were great. You know, I think one of the highlights was towards the end for me, where we got to the sane asylum. That was kind of,
so we're putting that back on this year because I feel like a lot of people on that ride felt at home when we got there.
Yeah. Well, what was kind of strange, and I don't know if you picked up on it, but our tour guide, you know, and they all wear the white, you know, outfits.
Yeah. They're kind of playing the part.
Yeah, they're playing the part. But did you notice that she walked backwards the entire time we were there? Like, she faced us and like did the tour walking backwards, which I just found that was a little bit freaky.
Hold on one second. I got Pete trying to call me. Yeah, that was a little weird. Why is Pete trying to call into my live stream? He's guaranteed a spot. And by the way, it looks like we're sold out already. So that's just crazy. It's been open for less than 3 minutes. We're already sold out. No, I thought that lunatic asylum, that's actually what it's called. Don't get offended. That was one of the cool parts of the ride for me. And everybody, that was one of the, Pete and I have talked about this. That was one of those things that everybody still talked about after the fact. Sorry about that. My only downside with it is it did require us for time reasons to cover a little bit of interstate, but it is I-79, which as far as interstates go,
yeah,
it's probably one of the most fun interstates to ride. And it's less than an hour and we're there. So, listen, Craig, you and I talked about this, and you may have heard me mention it to Ron earlier, like doing invite only ride. You're definitely on the list of people to be invited back for that. So.
Appreciate it.
Anything else that kind of stood out for you is something you want to share with folks? Let them know something about.
I really enjoyed getting pictures.
Hold on.
At the
there you go.
On the.
Are you back?
Oh gosh, it was like the first stop we did. Got my bike out on that crossing where the water was.
Maybe it's just me. Oh, that's all right. Craig's still talking. My bad. I hit my own speaker button. Is when I dropped my phone. So what'd you say, Craig? Recap that for us. My bad.
What was the first? I'm trying to remember the name of the first stop where you were flying the drone.
Oh, Seneca Rocks.
Seneca Rocks, and I took the 1600 out on that
low water bridge.
Oh yeah,
the bridge, and got some really cool pictures there.
Assuming the water's low, we'll do that again. That is one of those neat things where you can go park your bike in what looks like the middle of a river and just get some epic shots that they're tough to get.
But I think overall, I know earlier in the podcast you were talking about, you know, people staying at different hotels or whatever, and yeah, you can do that. But you know, one of the really cool things about going on the weekend, it's great, you know, with the roads and all that and seeing different things, but it's the people. Like you said, Mario, I mean, the people are just very, you know, like-minded individuals, right? We all love riding. and just hanging out, at the hotel after the day is done. I remember, that one hotel we stayed at it was like in a strip mall or something. And I remember
pretty much
going in there, and I mean, we were the only ones in the bar/restaurant and just hanging out and commiserating. It was a great time.
Yeah, and I actually talked to that place and just made sure that was going to be open when we get down there. And they actually got a new chef in place. I mean, granted, the food was fine for me anyway. And Brian, you've been there before too. Like it's a good time. But I just wanted to make sure that,
with everything going on, they still have the restaurant going.
So I thought, guys, just heads up, you're going to check your email, whatever you signed up from. I thought I asked for your number in the sign up. Apparently I didn't. So you're going to get a quick email from me. It just says, text me your number and name, and I'm going to send you my cell phone number. Do not call me, just text me, and I'll call you guys kind of in order that I get text messages through. So sorry, Craig, we're trying to multitask here.
So everything was sold out in 3 minutes.
Yeah. And to be fair, we did cut the number of bikes back this time just because I've invited a couple of additional people along. And also I didn't want it to get, and people are already messaging me going, hey, put me on the standby list, which, like I said, that is a smart thing to do because inevitably, somebody drops out. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have a fun time. I mean, Craig, what's that been? 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we've been in contact, I've seen you a couple times since, and still in, social media contact with some of the other folks. So yeah, I mean,
it's definitely a great time. So, anyway, hey man, I appreciate you calling in. I don't want to seem distracted. I'm going to actually, some of these names I kind of recognize, which is cool because there are people that wanted to sign up before that couldn't get in for whatever reason. I get it. We picked one weekend out of the year. You might have a wedding to go to that weekend and you can't make it. So how's everything else going, Craig? You still on the BMW?
Yes. Still have that. I also picked up another BMW. I just picked up a new to me 2014 K1200 GS.
Okay.
So I'm actually unfortunately unable to hook up with you on this wild and wonderful weekend. I'd love to come back, but I'm going out to New Mexico to do the New Mexico BDR with my local motorcycle club. So really, really looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, that's
never been in New Mexico.
So do you still have the 690?
I do.
All right, just making sure you got one. I mean, listen, we're winning MotoGP races these days. Like you got to keep one of those bikes in the garage.
Yeah, no, I'm no plans for the 690 going anywhere. Just a couple little things that I didn't take care of ahead of this trip. So I'm going to take the new BMW, new to me at least, and bond with it.
All right, cool. Guys, I'll get back over to the chat here in a minute, but Alan Baum, I think is the way you pronounce the name. You are first on the list if I've been known to make exceptions too, so just check your email.
Wasn't there? Is that the same Alan that was?
No, it's not. And by the way, he is moving from Belgium to what the hell's the island? Is it Bonaire? He's moving to the islands. So, Craig, stay in good contact with Alan. We might have a free place to stay at the beach here soon.
That sounds nice.
Just throwing that out there. So, hey, Craig, I hate to jump. We're going to keep this moving along. Thank you so much for calling in. It was great seeing you. And just so you can see Brian, so it's not a. Anyway,
no,
not a robot.
Hey man, have a great time out in New Mexico, and give me a call or shoot me an email afterwards. I want to know what that was like.
Okay, will do, buddy.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye. All right, dude. So first off, thank you guys so much for signing up so quickly. So I've got Paul on here. Let me just check Paul's last name. We're going to give Paul a call. So Paul, if you're listening live, Brian, are you keeping track of those chats?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. If there's something you can answer, go ahead and answer it. So we're going to give Paul.
I think the only one question from Joseph is, if it allowed me to pay, does that mean I'm in?
Joseph, you got a last name there for him? I'm pretty sure he's in.
I'm going to butcher it. Manocch.
I got a Joseph on here. Manichino?
The phone number in your email.
Manichio?
The phone number in your email is missing a digit too.
Oh, okay. I don't want to say what it is. So time to give me just a second. And I'll shoot it back over to him. Yes, dude, you're signed up. You're coming on the ride. Let me find your email address. Joseph, add a 6 after that first 6 and you'll have my phone number. And if you need more, just throw something in the chat and I'll have Brian let me know. All right. Well, he figured it out, so he just texted me.
Perfect.
All right, we're going to call Paul right now. I got to find Paul's last
is this
name.
our first fastest finger on the computer?
Yeah, pretty much. And we're getting text messages rolling through. So we've got
All right.
Paul. Looks like how you pronounce what? We'll have him pronounce his last name. So just give him a second. Paul, we're calling you right now. I guess we got to call Pete back at some point too. I feel bad if we don't call Pete.
Tell him we're in the middle of something.
Yeah, Pete. Like seriously, you know we're doing something. Is he trying to call in? We got Paul on here.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul. It's Mario. How's it going?
All right. How's it going?
Good, man. How do you pronounce your last name?
Oh, Benton.
Benton. Oh, okay. I got you. It's Benton the second.
Yeah.
It's like
email.
it's like the guy sitting across from me. He's the third. They just keep renaming all the time. So
Keeps it simple.
Just a way to make life complex.
I got you. So, hey, man, we're not going to keep you on here too long. We just want to touch base with folks that are signing up. So, and I could go in and look at my emails, which just keep blowing up. Where are you coming in from?
Oh, Southwest Florida.
Did you say Southwest Florida?
Correct.
Okay, cool. What are you riding?
R1250 GS Adventure.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. And, we're going to kind of keep these questions generic for everybody that's calling and just kind of keep it moving along tonight. What are you most looking forward to about coming up to West Virginia and riding? And have you ever been up here before?
Yeah, I've been through West Virginia quite a bit just in a car. And every time I go, I'm like, man, I would really love to ride this area. I just never have. So it's kind of an odd opportunity. And thought I'd jump on it.
Awesome, man. Well, we really appreciate it. Listen, we're going to feed you good on that Thursday night. We're going to get you some good restaurants the rest of the time. And then I'm not going to say you're going to burn off all the calories, but we are going to go out and work you a little bit.
Some great riding.
Yeah, on those bikes. So we've got some cool stuff planned. So just heads up to anybody listening in on this that signed up for it. You will be getting an email from me. You'll get a PDF document with like all of the, instructions. Here's where to call to book your rooms. We've got them all, blocked in. Probably get it from me on Tuesday. Directions to my house. You guys already have my cell number. So if you have any questions, just feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, whatever. And we're going to have a good time, and it's rain or shine. We're hoping for shine, but if it rains, we'll make the most of it. So, any questions for Brian and I while you're on here?
No, everything sounds good.
All right, man. Well, listen, we look forward to meeting you, and we'll see you. What are we looking at here? Like less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, couple more
That's
weeks.
awesome. All right, man. And then also, and I'll put this in the email, send you guys out. Like if you guys are trailering bikes up or hauling bikes or whatever, I've got room for you guys to park stuff when you get up here. So, and that goes for anybody that we talk to tonight, everybody coming along on the ride. So, we'll see you on Thursday, September 24th. Come with an empty belly and leave with a full one.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Take care.
See you. All right. So we got a BMW.
Nice.
What do you think the next one's going to be?
We got a KTM in there.
We got Jeff. Let's give Jeff a call. A lot of these guys have FaceTime, so we could FaceTime. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Are you keeping track of these things? Because I'm not.
Yeah, I don't
Hello?
see any other questions yet.
Hey, wait, did I say Jeff or Joseph? Because now it's showing up as Joseph.
Yeah, there's two of us
Oh, okay.
that signed up.
Gotcha. So I actually have two. Okay. Who am I? I'm on the phone with Jeff then.
That's correct.
All right. So I'm assuming you're related to Joseph.
Yeah, we were actually going to say we're either husbands or brothers. We'll let you guys decide at the end of the trip.
All right. So what are you riding, Jeff?
I got a KTM Duke 790.
All right.
You
Cool.
got the KTM.
Yeah, not the best touring bike, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right. And where are you coming in from?
From Huntingtown, Maryland, so just south of Annapolis.
Well, that's not far away at all. That's not too far from you.
Yeah. I'm in the Frederick area.
Terribly
so not
far
too
away. Anyway.
Yeah.
So what have you ridden out in this area before?
No, so that's why I was really interested because I primarily been riding off road, so just started on road early in the year.
Oh.
when this COVID stuff happened. So I got a lot of riding time in because I've been off work a lot. So,
Nice. So what type of off-road riding do you do?
so I primarily ride recreational, but I did enter a few of the SXCS events
Awesome. Yeah, they're
over the last few years.
Hey, aren't you a sweep rider for them?
Yep.
I think they didn't hire me, but they asked me to be their announcer, which I've done a couple of races.
Yeah, no, we love that series.
No, it's
I'm
good-
out there
good
sweep
series.
riding, and that that's my big major background is off-road as well, but absolutely loving this all on-road stuff, and Mario picks out some great roads.
So Jeff, are you gonna run the next SXCS round? I can't even remember where it is.
Spring, Pennsylvania, I think.
I'm getting a little tight with my kids' schedule and work now because all the stuff that backed up over the last few months is starting to come to a head. So it's going to be challenging. I don't think I can make that one, but if there's something closer to me, I'll definitely do it.
All right, cool. I don't even. Where's the last round going to be? Do you know?
I think they're in Virginia. But yeah, I think that's what's nice about this series is we finally got some racing that's a little bit close. Before this, there wasn't much racing in the Maryland area.
Zeus, do you want to get on the live? No, apparently not. So anyway, Jeff, I'm seeing you and Joseph both have different addresses, so I'm assuming you don't live together.
That is correct.
All right, so we'll give him a call and find out what he's riding, where he's coming in from. Listen, man, if you make it out, and obviously we'll see you before then, you make it out to an SXCS round, obviously come over and hang out with me and Brian. We're always there with the campers, and people are always stopping. And we even do the After Hours podcast, which maybe I'll finally edit that one from 6 weeks ago. So listen, man, if you have any questions, you got my number, shoot me a text. I'll send you guys out all the information, everything you guys should need. But if I don't cover something, obviously let me know. And we'll see you here at my house on the 24th.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks. Bye.
Brian, are you still monitoring the chat there?
Yep. No questions.
Do we call
comments?
Do we call Joseph next? I feel like
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
to. We'll call
follow.
Pete. I don't want him to feel upset. He did steal my camper this weekend. All right. Call Joseph. And then I think I'm only missing.
Hello?
Yeah, is it Joseph?
Yes, it is.
Do you prefer Joseph or Joe?
Joe is fine.
All right,
Yeah.
Joe. This is Mario. I got Brian on here with me. You're live on the live stream, which will eventually become a podcast. So just got off the phone with, I'm going to say, your relative.
Yes, my brother.
There you go. He didn't want to.
He didn't want to admit that.
He didn't want to admit it. So.
Nah, well, we were going to make you guess if we were partners or brothers.
Okay.
Well, I was like, is this partners, brothers, father, son?
Yeah.
Like it could go a bunch of different ways. Hey, we're open to anything. So,
No, I got you.
So I'm just looking here. I'm not going to give out your address, but I see you're in Prince Frederick, Maryland. Is that right?
Maryland. Yes.
All right,
Yep.
cool. So what are you riding these days?
I got it on 390 Duke KTM.
Okay, cool. You should be fine
Yep.
on that. I know I said on
Yeah.
the website like 500, but you can make it fine on a 390. We're going to be doing plenty of secondary roads. Basically, we will have a short stretch of interstate, but not much.
Yeah,
so.
I'm fine. I've rode it on the interstate a few times, so I'm, not for long trips, but
Yeah, little buzzy, but not too bad. I've ridden one of those things before. They're pretty fun. So, what have you ridden out in this area before?
no, never been out to. We just ride around in Maryland, Southern Maryland mostly. But that's what we're looking forward to. We watch your channel and saw you
Appreciate
ride,
that.
the views and stuff like that. So we saw this pop up, and we're like, oh,
Dude, he's
Give
gonna
it a
have
shot
so
'cause-
much fun on that lightweight bike.
Oh, throwing that bike around, I'm a little jealous. Some of
I
those
know.
twisties are going to be fun on that
I'm
bike.
gonna have to make up for it on the straightaways.
yeah,
You- Joe, you might have to come up and ride in like the front group there, especially beginning of day 2, because it gets pretty technical, and that you're gonna have a lot of fun. So, all right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you calling in. I said it's probably going to be Tuesday where I'm going to send you guys out. We have an entire audience here behind the screen. It'll probably be Tuesday. I'll send you guys out all the instructions, data, everything you need. If you have any questions, you got my cell number. Shoot me a text. Give me a call. If I don't answer, just leave me a message. I promise I'll try to call you back same day. But should have all your questions answered, and then we'll see you here on the 24th of September for dinner, and have an epic weekend of riding.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
All right,
care.
we'll see you.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
All right, bye bye.
I wonder if Luke, if you're still listening, did you get permission yet from my boss to go?
Yeah, I mean, Luke Harding was talking about coming along on this trip, and
We'll have to see. Still,
all right.
there.
So Larry texts me. I think we're only missing a text from, and maybe I didn't email John. I'll shoot John another email. John Demick out of. Oh, we got another guy from Michigan. Craig's from Michigan. John, check your email if you're tuning in to the. Did I not send it? No, I sent him an email. He should have my number. But if you don't want to be on the podcast, I mean, no hard feelings. I'm still going to send you all the information. Do we call Peter or we call Larry next?
Why don't we give Larry a call?
All right, let's give Larry a
Pete
call.
will be there.
Larry, if you're Pete's not going anywhere. All right. I gotta get back into this. Okay, so now I think we're good.
Hello?
Yeah, is this Larry?
Yeah, this is Larry.
Hey, Larry, it's Mario, and I'm joined by Brian.
How's it going?
Hey,
Larry?
how you doing?
Good, man. So I'm reading the chat right now. People are like, I clicked as fast as I could and I didn't get in. Listen, next year we're going to do multiple events. We'll probably open it up to more riders than we have in the past. So I apologize for that. Get on the wait list in case any of these guys drop out, but it's what it is. I don't want this to turn into like a 100 ride. I mean, it'd be awesome if it was a 100 rider event, but it wouldn't be as much fun. So anyway, Larry, I just looked. Are you coming out of PA? Is that what I saw?
Yes, sir. Southeast PA.
Okay. What town specifically? Because I don't have my email in front of me right now.
I'm near Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay, cool. What are you riding these days?
I'm riding a BMW R1250 GS Adventure.
All right, we got another BMW coming along.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
cool.
BMW KTM show.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a bunch of adventure bikes or KTMs, whatever. Like, got a nice mixture of both. So, have you ever been out to ride in this area?
I think the most I ever got through West Virginia is shooting down 81 to go south. So it'll be
then you missed out on all the fun parts.
New. Yep.
And that's what we're going to take you to. We've got a great route planned. I say planned, semi-planned. Pete and I took a nice scouting trip out and had a lot of fun. It'll hopefully record on there. We'll see. Anyway, should be a fun time. So we've got about 200 miles a day. You should have a pretty good time on this trip. So really looking forward to it. Is there anything you're most looking forward to? Maybe some of the Wild and Wonderful weekend trips you've seen in the past where you're like, yeah, I want to check that out.
I'm definitely interested in seeing some new stuff in West Virginia. So I'm sure I'll be able to check some new stuff out.
All right, cool. We appreciate you calling in. Like I said to the other guys, I'll send you out all the details, instructions, that sort of deal. And if you got any questions, just shoot me a text, give me a call, and I'll get a hold of you. Otherwise, we'll see you on the 24th.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, man. Thank
care.
you. I hope, Brian, because this is like the third time I forgot to hit the record button. It should still record on there because we're doing the live feed in. What I'll have to do, which kind of sucks, is go pull off the audio off of YouTube and upload it as a podcast. But
it's been one of those days.
I mean, it's the fourth podcast we've done today. Let's call Pete, see what he's up to. What's today? Today's Sunday. He's probably down at the track right now. So he left me a message like I wasn't going to call him back. So Mark Anderson just said his 2015 and 16 cross country trips are still his favorite, and they're some.
Please leave your message for 70398.
What did his message say? Hey, it's Pete. Don't call me back. So yeah, we've got a good mix of riders. Craig, we've got BMW well represented, but I mean that's cool. We've got for the folks that are coming along, like whatever you want to call them, friends and family. Brian's on a Yamaha FJR 1300. Hopefully for the last year. Not that there's anything wrong with that bike, but he should be on a KTM 1290. Your dad's coming along on, what is that bucket of bolts he rides? Brian.
Yeah, Harley Ultra Glide.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He actually does ride that thing.
Yeah, no, he can move.
My sister's coming along on her Multistrada. Once I get it put back together, it should be back together this week. Pete's coming along on a V-Strom 650. Tyler's coming along on a KTM 1290 Super Adventure R. missing anybody?
I think that's it.
Oh, you know what? We haven't called Jordan yet.
Yes.
So that's one of the things about this ride. If you're one of our sponsors on the podcast at the executive producer level, you're guaranteed a spot where basically I just DM you and say, hey, ride's coming up. You want to go? You still pay, it otherwise it's still the same. And by the way, John did message us and say he's got family leaving. So, he'll try to get called in or whatever, but likely not going to happen tonight. We're going to give Jordan a call. He's on a KTM 790. He's got to put street tires on. I know he's out riding at a mutual friend of ours' house right now, riding a little bit of off-road. So we'll see if he answers. If he doesn't,
he's out riding.
Yeah, he's out riding. That's what you should be doing. Unlike you and me, who's been sitting in the house or in the podcast studio all day.
So on a nice day.
And guys, just please don't get discouraged, because best case scenario next year, we're doing 3 or 4 events. 2 like this and probably like a partial BDR ride. But we wanted to do them this year. Just can't control everything.
Jordan Roberts, I missed your call. Please leave a message. Yeah.
We're going to leave a message just to be nice.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Jordan, it's Mario and
Brian.
And we're doing the live stream right now, live stream / podcast. And we're just reaching out to you. Obviously, you're coming along on the ride. Don't call me back right now, because unless you get this in the next couple of minutes. But we just want to reach out to you. I know you're probably out riding, which is a good thing. But we'll see you here at my house on September 24th. Just I'd say check your email, but I don't have it, so I'll DM you for it. But anyway, man, we'll see you soon. All right, Brian. So all the slots sold out in.
Yeah, record timing, right?
Yeah, wow. Yeah. I don't know what the record is anymore. Like one of them was like 2 minutes. I don't know. If I went back and looked at the timestamps, we could probably figure it out. Oh wait. No, somebody we already talked to. So for those of you wondering why you didn't get in, I'll give you the timestamp here.
Yeah, how close was it? Does the email go down to seconds, or does it just goes in order?
So if you, they were all closed out by 4:21 p.m.
Wow.
It looks. Oh wait, it actually does show me. If you didn't get clicked in within the first 29 seconds, you did not. That is a new record. We're gonna open that up to like 8-10 riders next go around. Yeah. So
I think that's what it's a balance, right? Like what's so special about this is kind of that close knit group that you develop in the relationships,
and that's why I just want to do more of them. I think that's the only way to grow, to just do more. I don't want to get to the point where we've got 100 people. It's just it takes the fun out of it. So, Ron, we got a Harley going along. Actually, I think you and Brian's dad are probably on equal footing on whipping that big boy around. So we got Jerry James on from Bella Vista, Arkansas. Craig asked me who's coming from Michigan. I think, give me just a second here. I think that's John. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. Demick is coming along. He's from some town I can't pronounce, so I'll just spell it. YPSILANTI.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sounds like the name of a town. Anyway, he's coming along. BDR ride, we really are, and I don't know that we do the full, but Tyler and I are talking about doing it because I didn't get to finish it last year. We can do like a half ride or a half of the Mid-Atlantic BDR, which would be like 2 days backcountry discovery route and then 1 day back to get to my house, or split off if you need to get home. So that's something we're looking to do. The Northeastern one, maybe we just had an entire podcast where, not an entire podcast, but we had a podcast where we talked about doing the TAT, which would.
The ultimate goal here. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of time off.
Do we turn that into a two-wheeled rider?
Why not?
Sign up event. Listen, the more hands you got to help fix stuff, because somebody's going to break something, probably the safer we'd be. So anything else you want to go over?
No, just looking forward to this. I think, everyone that signed up, or those on the waiting list, and those that want to sign up next year, just
don't get discouraged if you're on the waiting list. Someone may cancel. And when I say someone may cancel, maybe someone that signed up might be hopefully it's not Brian, but it might be a friend of mine that's planning on coming along. Like, hey, we can fit another bike. Now I will make that determination by the end of the week. So if I look at it and I go, hey, we can take another bike or two. If you're first, second on the list, be by your phone. I'll typically give you I'll give you the end of the day to call me back. If I don't hear from you, or I'll shoot you an email, but unless you send me your number, but if I don't hear from you within the end of the day, I'm going to reach out to the next person. I don't know. I'm not ruling out taking an extra bike or two.
Yeah, I think we have enough kind of sweep riders,
Well, and that's the thing. We've kind of fine-tuned this thing. We got Pete picking up the rear, which he's great about. We've got my sister coming along. He's done this a few times. We've got you coming along. We're all in communication with each other, and we keep it safe. We keep the groups together. We're not going to lose anybody. It's not a race. We're staying right around the speed limit the entire time. But if you're on a bike that you just got a little bit of trouble keeping up, no shame in that. We're all going to get the same destination at the end of the night. We're all going to have a good time when we get there, and we're going to have a great time along the way. So appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I don't know what the top number was, but it was a couple dozen people, which is really cool. First live stream we've ever done here on the channel, and this will go up, if I can figure out the audio. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. That will go up as a podcast on the Two Wheeled Rider podcast on Wednesday. So if you want to tune back in, share that with folks if you were on here tonight, greatly appreciate that. Otherwise, those of you that were lucky enough to get a spot, we'll see you on September 24th, about 6 p.m. here. We'll have plenty of food, we'll have plenty of drink, and like I said, if anybody's trailing stuff in, just I'll put all that in the instructions I send out to you. Those of you on the wait list, be on the lookout in your emails, and I think it's about it, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. If you'd like to see more of them, let us know down in the comments. It's probably something we can pull off. I mean, it seemed
it was fun. We got some great interaction. Really appreciate everyone tuning in and making comments in the section, and obviously the ones we got to talk to on the phone. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed the YouTube live stream, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, because if you like motorcycles, that's pretty much all we do. So if you got any questions about anything we went over tonight, let us know down in the comment section, shoot me an email, whatever. But this is the Two Wheeled Rider podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm your host, Mario Orsini, joined by my co-host, Brian Boyer.
Talk to you guys again soon.